69.9 The Hedge, featuring your favorite classic hits, with your host, Beans. Oh, wait a minute. He'll be right back after these messages.
Have you ever felt sad, lonely, bored? Well, come to Beans Stream. With Beans, life becomes more fun. Follow him and join him on his adventures. Subscribe and follow today!
You're listening to 69.9 The Hedge.
Welcome, Roadhogs. We're here for another round of Fear and Hunger. Uh-oh, I'm naked. Hold on. Undressed. Clothes are optional during streams, as we've covered. But, gotta get the hog out for the fans, you know? Bug is also struggling. There we go. That's cozier. Hope everyone's doing well. Hogs out for Harambe. Incredible. Gotta get them gorilla grips. Oh my god, the grippies. I've been working the crush grip too. The crush grip and some pinch grip. I'm telling you, man, those jars don't stand a chance. I've been shredding pickle jars all week. You can't keep me away from the pickles now. Anything new in the life of missing? Don't feel obligated to share, obviously, but just curious what's going on. What are the youths up to? You still blasting 6-7 memes? Actually, my uncle was just showing me videos of like people losing their minds when like restaurant people are calling 67 as an order number, and I think that that's goofy, but I also love it. I think people are so people are so silly in the greatest ways sometimes. Reminds me of that story of the guy who ate a whole jar of pickles and shat out stomach acid. Fun fact, I have done that, not eaten a whole jar of pickles. I'm not mad about pickles. I love pickles on a sandwich, though. You can't keep me, yeah. It's one of my best friend's fondest memories of me, actually, when we went to Subway. And we were ordering a sandwich. I forget what I got, probably just a cold cut or whatever. And they're like, what do you want on it? So I list the ingredients, like, I want lettuce, mustard, mayo, this, that, whatever. And the final thing I asked for is, I looked at that minimum wage employee directly in the eyes, and I just said, and as many pickles as you can give me without a guilty conscience. It was a delicious sandwich. Relating to the other bit though, shouting out stomach acid. That's a fun one. So, I hope it was quite a few pickles. Honestly, it was not as much as I was hoping, but it was more than I think they would have put on. So, you know, small victories. Something about a cold cut with that crunch is so good though. And on a burger, pickle really completes a burger. I'm a dill pickle kind of guy, not a sweet pickle kind of guy. No judgment for the sweet pickle lovers out there. But in my opinion, relish is overrated. I don't mind dill relish. But honestly, the texture of relish is just not it. I want the pickle. You know, I want that crunch. That's what it's about. Overpowering your baby taste buds? That's okay. Give it a couple years, you'll lose some sensitivity in those taste buds, and suddenly pickles will make sense. The fuck was I talking about? Oh, stomach acid. Yeah, I had this funny issue. So I was fasting a bunch when I was, I don't know, around your age, maybe a little older, early 20s. I was doing a lot of fasting. This was in college. Let me think. Actually, no, I probably was really close to your age, at least as far as I understand it. And anyway, I was doing bodybuilding at the time, and I had fasted a bunch. I had a body weight percentage that was like really low, abnormally low for me. Most of my life I've had a pretty a gut that fluctuates in size. But not during this era. This arc was bodybuilding arc, okay? I looked handsome. I was a young, strapping lad. I looked like a model named Fabio, okay? I had wavy hair. It was actually really nice. And people definitely treated me different during that era. But, so it's interesting to have that experience. In any case, though, what happened? I was doing a bunch of fasting and like long fasts, and I wasn't eating a lot in general. And what had happened was my gallbladder stopped working properly. And so, because my body for like the course of a year wasn't used to eating a bunch of food, it grew accustomed to only using a little bit of bile to neutralize the stomach acid. To my knowledge, this is probably a very simplified understanding of how this works, but in any case, your food enters your stomach attacks it with acid, it enters your intestines, and then the gallbladder cleans up the acid, neutralizes it with bile, it becomes salt. Then your body stores the salt and separates the two components of the salt back into bile and acid. So that's kind of how it works. Loose understanding again. I'm not a doctor, not a biologist either. But I just know a couple things about food, and that's a loose understanding of how the early digestive tract works. In any case. So my gallbladder was just like no worries. Big lurk. Right on. What the fuck was I saying? Distracted by the big lurk. Right, so my gallbladder stopped secreting enough bile to neutralize the acid. And it would only happen when I ate substantial amounts of food. When I started eating kind of more like my regular habits rather than the super fasted and not eating a lot sort of lifestyle I was living at the time. And while I was doing the bodybuilding, I was trying to bulk up a little bit because I had already cut most of the fat off my body. So it was time to bulk. And one of the strategies for doing that is I just kept some peanuts around, like a huge ass jar of peanuts, and I would just like swig some peanuts from time to time. So like I said, I had a like liter jug of peanuts. I just uncap it, throw down a mouthful of peanuts, crunch, eat. Every once in a while when I was feeling extra snackish, I'd have a good number of that. Absolutely chugging nuts. You've got it. That was the strategy. I was chugging nuts to bulk up. Unfortunately, peanuts, while high in protein, are also high in fiber and fats. They're just sort of difficult to digest in general. So what would happen is my body would be like, okay, that's like 2 cups of peanuts or whatever. We're gonna fucking just dump acid on this shit. And then it would get into my intestines or whatever, and again, my gallbladder just refused to kind of neutralize all of it. So I would just be laying in my bed for hours in like, I don't want to say agony, but it was bad. Like, I don't know how to describe it because it wasn't like normal cramps or whatever. It was like achy and horrible and just extremely uncomfortable. It happened about 3 times, I think, when I ate like a whole bunch of food during that era. And oddly, it was a chiropractor that got me agony. It was a chiropractor that actually settled me, which was just interesting. So I was planning on going to the hospital, like to GP about it, but I had done something where I'd kind of thrown out a rib or something, and I had this chiropractor in my hometown. He was fucking amazing. Okay, people have their opinions about chiropractors, and I've been to chiropractors since, and I understand people's opinions now. Some of them are really hokey, and it's nonsense. This guy was a fucking professional. I don't know how else to describe him. He took his shit so seriously, and he was like just an excellent physiotherapist and had an amazing knowledge of the body. He was a very impressive individual, and he really stood out as far as chiropractors go. So anyway, I'm in there. He gives me adjustment for my neck or my rib or whatever the fuck was going on at the time. And we're just kind of making small talk. And he's like, yeah, what else is going on? I said, oh, actually, I'm probably going to go to the hospital for this issue. And I described the issue to him. And he goes, oh, well, your gallbladder just needs a little jump start. So here's what we're going to do. He goes, lay back down. I'm going to go get a funky thing. So he comes back with like a massager, basically. Like one of those nail gun style massagers. He's like, we're going to massage your gallbladder. It's going to be pretty uncomfortable. But it's going to help out. And then after this, for 2 weeks, you squeeze like I forget what it was, like half a lemon in your water every morning and drink it or something. I have no fucking idea how that worked or how it helped. But dude, that guy fucking cured me. It was like I was going to go to the hospital and he was like, no, sit down. I got you. It's so fucking funny. And by the way, that gallbladder massage was in fact really uncomfortable, but it worked. So no notes. I'd do it again. Anyway, that's just a fun little story about the time that stomach acid ravaged my system. Guts rearranged. 5 stars. That's it. It's a long, long day. A 6 to 8 hour process when you're chugging nuts that hard and getting your guts rearranged like that. But ultimately everything worked out. Alrighty. I'm going to get started here just in a second, but I can feel my breathing's a little off. I'm just going to take a minute to take my inhalers. Oh, shoot. I just realized I did a thing. Yeah, I'll be right back. I got to deal with that. Then we're going to get started for the day.
Nom nom nom. Oh dang, we got people rolling in to support. And I wasn't even here. Thanks for the follow.
I appreciate it. Alright. Now let me see. Metalhead Gaming. Where the heck did I just saw you floating around somewhere. I want to say Nikki the Bard. Maybe not. It's gonna bug me. But if you're shy, that's okay. We don't have to talk about it. I don't know if y'all want the inhaler ASMR today. Never done that before. So maybe today is the first. Poor little asthmatic hog. I shouldn't say little, but you get the idea. The sound gate's pretty weak right now, so it should pick this up. For all of you people that get hot and heavy over medical conditions. Oh, I got you. We got 2 for you. My inhalers are double dose. We just gotta wait a couple, like 30 seconds or whatever beforehand. Then I'm supposed to gargle water, but I'm not gonna be doing that for you. I did that one time. It was a special time. We're not gonna be revisiting that right now. I'm afraid of the kind of images that would put in young and hormonal, impressionable little missing here. Alright, and I'll be right back just dealing with that. Thank you for your patience. Alright, enough delaying. Enough stalling. The hogs are out for Harambe. See if we can't finally close this game. The highlight of my month. The month, rather. Been grinding unhealthy amounts of Warframe. Currently building 12 out of 63. That sounds challenging. Is that why you're asking about drop rates? 2 days ago? I imagine so. 22%. Dude, I feel for you on that one. I get really unlucky with drop rates sometimes, and that 22% just feels bad. Getting, what you got? You got it on your 13th run? Wild. Alright, so this first, it's been 2 weeks since I played. This first time I'm just going to be running around. This first life today, I'll just be running around refamiliarizing myself with whatever it is I still need to do. Maybe checking up on some loot that I might have left behind before we make our final push. It's usually 3 pieces per. There's one I haven't gotten yet that has 8 pieces. Not excited about it. I believe in you. You're young. You got the stamina. You're what, Gen Z? That's the grind set generation. If anybody's got it, you got it, pal. Pal? That feels so fucking weird to say. A pal just feels so foreign in my mouth. I don't know why I said that. I like saying friend. Buddy's not bad. That's a little Canadianism. But pal just feels uncouth. I didn't enjoy that. Let's see, what else is going on for me? I got, stopped by my old roommate's place, picked up some protein powder I had left there. Protein powder's fucking awesome, man. It lasts forever. Some whey protein that I've got in there. And I'm all excited because it's 100% whey protein isolate. And I was bitching about this a couple of streams ago about how we have whey powder here, but I can tell the way my body reacts to it that it's mostly whey protein concentrate. And it's labeled that way on the package. Whey protein concentrate is labeled first, so you know there's more of it than the isolate. And all that shit does is make me extremely gassy, and I fucking hate that. I hate being a heavier set individual and being gassy. It makes me so self-conscious. Drives me crazy. So, big fan of the fact that I've got better protein source right now. Sup, Bean Daddy? Is that the Equinox? Oh, Quasi's asking Warframe questions. You know Quasi frames in the war. And what's up? Not much. I was really excited, actually. I was excited because my dad sourced some new weights for me. My only complaint about them is that they're not dense like the weights that I have. And so I was really hoping to push my deadlift a little harder, but all the weight that fits on the bar is 180 pounds. And I can already bench press the 180 pounds, which, yeah, I don't know. It's not enough weight yet. That being said, it is good. It's good because it's more weight than I had. So we're pushing it. Haven't played in 3 years. But almost 2,000 hours. Yeah, that's fair. I did that with a game called Vindictus. Vindictus was my game. I kicked ass at Vindictus. I was a K-Rock main. It had, okay, Vindictus, I'm gonna glaze Vindictus here for a second, because it had some of the coolest fucking impact mechanics I have ever seen. K-Rock was this big muscly dude, and his special thing was like, bosses had a bunch of different attack patterns, but most bosses, not all of them, but many bosses had what's called a clashable attack. So what would happen is the boss would wind up this attack, and then if you positioned yourself correctly as K-Rock, you could hit a button prompt during that attack and grapple with the boss for like 10 seconds, as long as you were like finagling the keys properly. You could just use your entire stamina bar to keep the boss entirely locked in position while your whole team just dropped elbows from the fucking top rope. It was awesome. It was one of the fucking coolest mechanics I've ever seen, ever. I loved that shit to pieces. And the other thing is, even though K-Rock was robust and a bit tanky, if you stepped in front of that attack and didn't catch it, you were gonna fucking eat shit so hard. Like, it was a big risk-reward mechanic. And I fucking loved it. I loved being the big balls K-Rock that actually rolled in and started clashing the boss, because most of the K-Rocks wouldn't do it. They'd get puck shy because they've eaten shit too many times. And you just had to be brave and confident and grind the bosses a bunch and get used to the timing. And if you had that, every time you clashed the boss, everybody in chat, after the DPS spam, everybody in chat's like, woo, fuck yeah, good K-Rock. And then you just feel awesome about it. Genuinely super cool mechanic. Using all your stamina to hold someone down sounds right up my alley. Oh, please. All the people I've met on Twitch are so small. I wouldn't have to use all my stamina for that. I'm an asthmatic and I could just hold half of you down without much effort. Mind you, I have more stamina than the average asthmatic. I think that's worth saying, but still, you know, I think I could do it without my inhalers. Am I calling you small? I mean, Quasi's not as small as the others, that's for sure. You're not all that heavy, but I know you're pretty dense. Pretty strong boy. We lifted weights in high school together after all. Honestly, Vindictus was really cool when it came out. It was pretty unique at the time. Yeah, it was like the Dark Souls of MMOs. It was fucking awesome. And the characters were so cool. I was really good at all the defensive characters. We had, K-Rock was my main, but then Fiona, or was it Fiora? Fiora was my secondary, and she was fucking awesome too. She had a shield, so you could be right up in the boss's grill, and she had a shield hammer combo, which was so fucking satisfying. One of her big attacks, you would just wind up, you'd like set up a combo and then wind up your hammer like a fucking golf swing and just clubber fuck a boss right in the shins. I always enjoyed that. And if you hit a mob with it, you just send it. It's hilarious. You just ragdoll a knoll like 30 meters into the fucking future. You know what I mean? That game had the coolest fucking mechanics. I would actually go back to that game if people were interested in playing it. I enjoyed it a lot. But that being said, I would take it a lot more casually than I used to. It was, I took it very seriously. I lost a lot of hours of my life to that. That was during my era when I was working like at a No Frills. I was working part-time at a No Frills. And I was grinding Vindictus for like 30 hours, and then I would sleep for 12. And then whenever I had to work, I had to work. My sleep was so fucked for months while I was grinding that game. Let me think. What else was going on in Vindictus? I think those were my two big favorite characters. And then there was a character called Evie. She was like your caster. She was fucking easy mode compared to the other characters, but I respect it. Mostly because as a K-Rock, I always enjoyed seeing Eevees in my party because they were just massive DPS. So if ever I got that clash mechanic going, they would just roll in and drop fireballs. I'm definitely dense, can confirm. Things go over me all the time. I bet you struggle to swim. You're so dense. No buoyancy at all. Oh god. Interesting. Oh fuck. No. No. Let's see, we fast attack. Girl drops a black orb, sure. Lagarde attacks. Darce fast attacks. That's what happens when you're hard like a rock. You sink into the wet depths. So true. And someone like you just has so far to sink. Oh yeah, Eevee was also heals. That's right. I forgot that. Yeah, Eevee was just strong. Very, very good character. So I was playing that game, and the original... I was playing that game... when there were only three classes? Who was it? Yeah, it was Fiona, Eevee, and Lan. Those were the only classes, only characters available to play when I first started. And then K-Rock was released as a new character while I was playing. And how it was Eevee was heals and damage, just all around strong. Great character. A little bit of a glass cannon, but had some stuff working for her on the defense that actually made her pretty robust at the end of the day. Then you had Fiona, who was super tanky, had the shield, love characters like that. Like I said, had the giant fucking mallet. You just rock people into the nether sphere with it. And then Lan was like also glass cannon DPS, but with fewer options and less range than Eevee. He was easily the hardest to play, but he also, I think, had higher potential. I'm not even sure. It could have, like, Eevee might have been just power creep at that point. But yeah, when K-Rock came out as the Bruiser and I saw the clash mechanic, I knew that was my shit. That was what I was going to be playing for sure. Okay, so all we really found were a bunch of mushrooms, I think. Oh, I want to see if it'll let me be stupid here. Let me be fool. Oh, we found a stick. Huge. But yeah, since my time playing, there's been so many characters released. I would be confused even playing it now. There were some really cool ones, though. I remember there was a character that used like a comma and chain. She was fucking awesome. Freaking badass. You just whip the chain around, giant scythe just cutting everything in a huge radius. She was super cool. Very assassin style character. Anyway, that's me gushing about an old MMO I played. It's actually the reason I don't play MMOs anymore. I got way too into Vindictus. There are a bunch of drawbacks. I don't want to oversell Vindictus because there were some serious problems with the way. Like it was, I think it's a Nexus. Is that what they're called? Nexus company game? Oh god. I didn't even know he could do that. What the fuck? Lucard's weapon just melted? What? What? This game never ceases to surprise. Alright, so Lagarde's weapon just melted. Why is his attack so low? Attack 34? That seems low. Oh, I guess not. Yeah, whatever. Found a wooden buckler, right on. I would say the way that they monetized those games was like not ideal. Fucking fuck. Get over here. Ambush. We're still hungry, so honestly, this is probably still not going to go well, but I don't care. I think that was the biggest problem, was just that the Vindictus grind was so intense and the drop rate so low that you were heavily, heavily incentivized to spend money on the game. Oh, big crit. But yeah, I'd say that's my main criticism of the game. It's just that the grind was too long. And while I was young and hyper-focused on it, that didn't matter. Now that I'm older, I can't see myself spending that kind of time on a game anymore. Not just because I should be doing other things, but I just don't know that I have that kind of stamina for a game. Don't get me wrong, I get hyper-focused on games. I haven't been since I've streamed because I mostly play games when I'm streaming, and I actually kind of like that. It sort of scheduled out my game time in a way that was more productive. I mean, all I really do outside of stream now is play Uma on occasion. Which, no notes, I think that's fun. I think it's fine. But even I think it was last year, I almost got like a shoulder injury from playing Subnautica for like 34 hours straight or something stupid. Oh, my hyperfocus would get so intense. There's actually probably a compelling argument for the Audi HD. Because I respond well to a sort of routine. Oh, nice try, guy. There's pills for that. True enough. But I don't think it's a problem that Quasi wants to fix, per se, you know? Oh, that orb just fucks him up? He's dead? How we doing, Beans? Not too bad. I was just glazing old MMO. Whoa. Oh, never mind. Hold on, we gotta feed this child some ale real quick. Wait, we can just switch around the rings. I suppose that would help. But yeah, I'm doing good. Oh, I didn't realize you put some stank on there. How we doing, Beans? And the answer's still pretty good. How's it going for you, Lampcore? I've noticed you've got a lot of traffic. You're still wearing lots of hats. I'm happy for you, man. That's awesome. All is well, I think. That's good. Yeah, it's super cool. I know you started like kind of around the time I did. Maybe just a little sooner, a little later, something like that. But yeah, you've been finding some success, and I think that's awesome.
Welcome, Raiders.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Welcome in, Ling. But yeah, based on your success, I mean, not based on your success specifically, but I mean, just catching the vibes of Twitch, I think I've decided that I don't really have the kind of energy that's required to be, like, big successful on here. Which I honestly don't mind. This has been an extremely fulfilling hobby, I guess I could tell. Like, it's kept me afloat-ish for a little while, and I'm really grateful for that. But I definitely appreciate it as a hobby. Met a ton of awesome people. Many of them are in chat right now. And, yeah, so it really turned my life around. But yeah, I've got a decent education. I'm going to be trying to find some work using that education here soon. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to, I don't know, starting the rest of my life. I was in a really bad way there for a while, and I couldn't be happier that some of my friends really encouraged me to start streaming. I'm really happy that things have gone the way they've gone. Me and Gav were chatting about you the other day. Gab's so swell. Gav is so swell. Yeah, I mean, I've been a little distant from Twitch. I've been traveling recently too, so I haven't been sort of around. Christmas is always a busy time for me. But yeah, I've been missing everybody for sure. I gotta pop in and say hi to Gav, and if I find an opportunity, I'll catch you too. But it's very sweet of you to mention that. But yeah, I big appreciate a lot of the communities that I'm, not just that I've built here, that people are a part of, but also that I'm a part of. Gav's certainly one of them, you, yourself, obviously. Quasi, obviously, big IRL friend, Quasi and I. I know I've mentioned this a bunch on the channel, but I think it's relevant Beans lore, okay? Quasi's probably one of the reasons I identify as bisexual. He was my first gay dream, and it was a good one. All right, I think Quasi was my gay awakening, my bi awakening, I guess. Still mostly what would I call it? Heteroflexible is the way I like to describe it. I'm not picky about plumbing at all. I do tend to like people more femme-presenting than Quasi, if I'm being honest. But it was still a great dream, so thanks for being a part of it, Quasi. How's the fear and Bumber going? My mistake. I missed that message, Ling. I was in my own little world. It's going well. I'm just reacquainting myself with the game situation before we make a sort of final push into the end game. A little selfish part of me, I think, is in part doing that, hoping we get oh, that's a war site. Okay, I'm suffering since I'm finally getting my teeth fixed. Oh, why would you awaken that trauma in me? Not to say I have really bad dentist trauma, but I do have to go get my teeth checked soon. I don't have any problems that I think are stewing. But here in Leafland, you got braces? Oh, shit. How's that going for you? We're both in Leafland? I honestly did not know that. But that's really cool to know. But for my American friends out there, jaw's in pain and I feel like laying down more often than not. Valid. Yeah, for my American friends out there, they just changed the laws now so that you can get insured for dental. Like basically, elements of dental work have been added to our public health care. Is the short version. It's not literally that. I'd have to recheck it and whatever. I still have to do the reading. I haven't applied yet, but I do have to do that so that I can go get my teeth checked here shortly. It's been a while since I've been to the dentist. You actually have the dental card? Is that from the new program, you mean? It's not surprising. Dental insurance has become more and more rare through employers over the since Reaganomics, basically. All of North America has been in a downward spiral since the early 80s there, economically. He's telling Will to get his since it happened before he got his current job. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how that interacts with having work, etc. Oops. It would depend on whether or not his job offers insurance, wouldn't it? I think they'd still insure all the part-time workers, etc. But anyway, yeah. I'm really glad to hear that you managed to get some work done because of that. I mean, that's the spirit of the program, right? So, good stuff. I don't think I've got any, like I said, I don't think I've got any major issues. I would know if I had a cavity. I don't think that's the case. I'm actually pretty fortunate that somebody mentioned that they had like some high mineral saliva or something, and that sort of protects their teeth. I think I've got something similar going on. I don't take like stupendously good care of my teeth, if I'm being honest. I rarely even brush my teeth, if I'm being perfectly frank. But it's because my mouth is just generally clean. Like, it doesn't need it most of the time. I feel like brushing is so overkill most of the time. I do floss my teeth, though, very regularly because I cannot stand the buildup of plaque between the teeth. You've never had a cavity? That's awesome. I got some when I was younger, but in spite of like... I don't want to say neglecting, because I do brush my teeth when I feel that my mouth is starting to like not feel good, like it feels gross or whatever. But most of the time it just doesn't feel like that. But I am very careful. I'm very particular, and maybe it's a sign of whatever brainworms I have, but I rinse my mouth really often. And I'm constantly like picking my teeth and whatever with a little floss pick and stuff. So I'm particular, and like I said, my mouth just never develops serious. Like, I don't feel plaque coatings and stuff on my teeth regularly. As soon as I start to feel that, that's when I brush my teeth. And if I ever eat anything sugary before bed, or eat anything at all, I'm always rinsing my mouth, that kind of thing. So food never has a chance to like sit and get gross in my mouth, because I'm just weird. I take care of my oral hygiene in different ways than like brushing my teeth all the time. I know there's apparently a genetic thing where some people don't have cavities until someone else introduced it into their mouth. That's a fascinating idea. I definitely got cavities when I was like a child. I got a handful of fillings, and it was just because like you're a child, you're less mindful of your oral hygiene, right? And I really suck at developing routine, so I never, like, I brushed my teeth more as a child than I do now. But it's just because, like, you're a child. You don't understand how shit works. So, like, at Halloween time, you eat a whole bunch of candy, and then you go to bed, and it just sits in your mouth all night, and it gets gross. And like I said, I'm really particular about my oral hygiene in other ways. I just don't tend to brush my teeth very often. Unless it needs a nuke, you know? Lurk, been great hanging and chatting. I'm gonna scrounge up some dinner. Hell yeah. And Ling's lurking too. 'Cause headache, yeah, of course. Yeah, well, I'm glad you got your work done. But do rest. It's a lot. Can be very whelming. 39. That's a thing I could do, is return back to... Let's get these nerds fed and go for one more little tour before... just so we know where those herbs were. But anyway, there's some fun beans lore, like I said. Just an interesting quirk. Some people have like funky saliva, and it really helps them out. And I'm meticulous about my oral hygiene in ways that aren't brushing, so I don't tend to do it a lot. And I guess that's just one of the ways in which I've been blessed. Just pleasant. Convenient for somebody who honestly just does struggle to take care of himself sometimes. Okay, so let's just reload. I'm not really going to count that as a death. It's fine just exploring. Do one more little tour here, trying to get the little goodies. Add break a clock, that's valid. Okay, so we got that. Down here, what's down here? Down here's the other herbs, I think. We definitely want to roll down here. You motherfucker. You motherfucker. You were on the wrong side. Let me go. Vile Council, welcome. With a name like that, you seem like one of the folks that joined just for the fear and hunger. I respect it. How are you? Fuck is that? Swift movements and an extra turn. Huh. I fear, I hunger for the horn hog. That's valid. You wouldn't be the first, Ambi, but welcome in. How are you doing, friend? Oh, yeah, I noticed you weren't streaming today. I hope you're all right. Better now, bit mentally drained. Well, that's dumb. Life's been mistreating you, my friend. And I think that's a tragedy. I'll be back tomorrow, toes crossed. That's what I like to hear. Hey man, I have not had the opportunity to pop in because I ended up traveling there. But how's the stream holding up? I assume because you're still sticking with it that the drops have been less frequent. It's just a wiring situation. Pretty much 3 streams and they were all perfect. I mean, I did notice I was there very briefly and I noticed you got a little anxious for a quick drop, but everybody gets those. A little bit of bandwidth issues once in a while. It's no big deal. You can never really know for sure. That's true. Anticipate, hope for the best, anticipate the worst, right? Hopefully we kill this nerd this turn. There he goes. Perfection. How was the traveling? Here in Leafland, we've had a bit of weather. So I'd say the traveling was mostly okay. I also have this fucking curse where every time I get on a highway, somebody has to fucking wreck their shit somewhere and delay me like a half an hour to an hour. And I try not to get all in my fucking fifis about it because, you know, on the one hand, I'm upset because everything takes longer than it has to, and there's huge slowdowns in places. And I'm amazed that anybody gets anywhere on time, because every time I fucking go somewhere, I'm delayed at least a half an hour. With that said, though, I also recognize that people could have gotten hurt, and, you know, I am thankful I wasn't a part of it on the one hand, and also, you know, hope that it wasn't ultimately that bad for whoever was involved. Try to remember that on the other side of those things are real people. Ling Raid, have a great stream. Thanks, Fox Soundcut. Not everyone can be a roadhog. I mean, at the end of the day, I do try to be mindful of that too. Like, I have a really deep understanding of how vehicles work, but because of how North America is set up to necessitate everybody having to drive their own vehicle, which it shouldn't be that way because we should invest better in public transport, blah, blah, blah. And even like buses from town to town, like that should be all cheap, but we've got big motor vehicle manufacturers fucking in the pockets of our government to ensure that the government actually never fixes that problem. Anyway, I'm not going to get too political about it, but it is really unfortunate. And because everyone has to drive in order to make an economic living for themselves, it creates a situation where people who aren't interested in driving have to drive. People who know very little about the act of driving have to drive. And again, I'm not being elitist about this. It's just a problem, like a broad strokes problem that we have. And I think it's bad. I think it's bad for everybody. The number of bad drivers only increases over time because the number of people who get hyperfixated on it, like myself, are pretty rare, admittedly. And even so, there are some people that are just so negligent, and it's sad. It really is. And I'm not judging them as people. It's a systemic problem. It's a systemic problem. Anyway, I'm not gonna get too raged up about it. So real, my poutine pookie. Listen, there's a huge fucking rabbit hole to go down when it comes to vehicles and vehicle safety. Not entirely convinced you know how to drive. That's rough. But you know what? Here's another thing for you. Because I'm nothing if not aware at the end of the day. I make mistakes. I've made mistakes. It happens, you know? Nobody's perfect. My problem isn't with people making mistakes, because like I said, that happens. My problem is people being negligent and not caring at all to understand how anything works. But again, it's a systemic problem because everybody has to work, so. Everybody has to work and things are too far away for us to do, and public transit's just too sabotaged for anybody to do anything else, so. That's the reality we live in. Honestly, I probably couldn't even afford the fucking gas to get wherever you are. Alright, how we doing for hunger? Not too bad. I think we profited food-wise there, and our mood and everything is better. So let's just... go ahead and try to manage this as best we can and set us up for the final boss rush here. I think I picked up a bunch of dried mushrooms. Let's see what else we got here. We got egg. Let's get egg. We got carrot. Oh, we got fetus. I forgot about fetus. Gonna get that diaphetus. Turnips, nice, perfect. We could go one more shroom each, I think. And now we get that save action. No. No. God fucking damn it. That being said, I love my little car. I'm happy to drive some distances, though the thing I don't like about driving long distances, like I like racing and everything, but long distances are annoying, and they're full of disasters. That's all I have to say. Like, I've already admitted that I can make mistakes. That's absolutely true. But they're full of a bunch of other people that make frequent mistakes, and or just aren't paying attention. Actually, on my way home, I forgot. Somebody asked me how my drive was. On my way home, straight up, I watched some guy almost run another guy off the highway. Two people, rather. I have no idea what their gender was. Were merging onto the highway. They're both on the on-ramp. And how did it go? The guy behind got impatient, which this was partly his fault. Partly. He got impatient, and he pulls out from behind the guy in front and drives up beside him. So now the guy beside him has nowhere to go, and he's on the merge lane. And then the guy who drove up beside him throws his left signal on, as he should in this exact situation. So, he's aware enough to try and fix this, to pull off into the far left lane. Okay, no problem. So he throws his left signal on, so does the guy in the right lane, and they both move over one lane. The guy who was ahead obviously did not check to see that the other guy had actually moved, and kept going towards the far lane where the other guy was, and just about smashed his ass off the fucking highway. The other guy, the dude who had pulled up beside and moved into the far lane, he had to slam on his brakes in the fast lane to avoid just getting mulched by this SUV. It was wild. And that happened like directly in front of me. I wasn't following too close for it to be a huge problem unless things really spiraled out of control. I don't like following anybody closely on the highway. But, yeah, it was really annoying. Dangerous situation. What's up, Beans? What's up, Joking Son? Alright, you roll in here with a name like Joking Son, you gotta drop your best joke. That's the rule. And not much. We're just talking about cars and driving, because that's a fixation of mine. No, I don't. I mean, fine. That's a perfectly valid answer. I respect the shit out of it. Where the heck am I? I need to go to the right. But yeah, welcome in. I hope you're well. What's going on in the world of the Joking Son? Okay, and there is one thing I'm not going to let you get away with, though. Oh, well, I mean, normally I'm in a conversation, but today I'm not. So you get to fall prey first thing. It's a ritual in this channel for me to ask folks what their favorite thing about themselves is. So, Joking Son, what is your favorite thing about yourself? The light can always excuse the dark feathers. That's cryptic. Wait, who was that? No. I think he needs... What does he need? He needs this angelic thing. Where's that? Wait a minute. Was that angelic thing just a drop in the other playthrough? No way. Oh shit, I should have kept that. Oh no, there it is, White Angel Soul. Perfect. Let's get her the Sork Stone. Bean Man needs the Tanky Stone. Alright, now we're all set up for combat. Let's go. Bow. I thank you for waking me up. Now let us duel to the last figurine standing. Alright, my guy. You're asking for it. Oh. Oh, man's got hands. Nice. Big. Does he still tackle? I can't remember. Do we just guard here? I think we just guard. Let our mind recover a bit. Oof. That's alright, nothing a couple of blueberries won't fix. Surely this guy's out of... There we go. Like any minute now. Bork. Bork, bork, bork. doggerinos. Bad doggos. You know. Okay, so we've got our... What, we've got the boss coming up here with the Frenchman, I think. Do I want to go save from here? The tower is right to the east. It's not that inconvenient. I think I might go for a save. I think it's guaranteed over here too, so there's no reason not to. Oh, fuck. I did not think I would have to fight this guy, if I'm being honest. My hubris was my downfall. We should be able to get through this without another, without taking any damage, I would think. Uh-oh. Oh, I do have to do this. Heck. How bad do I want the save? I've got lots of lucky coins. Do I risk an instant game over and just replay what I did? Fuck it, we ball. Oopsie. Oopsie. Alright, the rest of that animation censored in accordance with our censor mod. Let's just reset. One of my favorite deaths in the game, though. Alrighty. No problemo. We know what we're doing. Mostly. Funger! How's it going, Dark Raccoon? I blame everyone else. That's good. That's psychologically healthy. Where the fuck am I going? Oh my god, I'm so bad at this game. It's always cool to see local celebrity Dark Raccoon. Oh my god, I did it again. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Your emotes are so goddamn cute, it hurts, dude. Love that shit. I eat it up. She shouldn't have the Ring of Wraiths. Okay, here we go again. Bean Man needs Ring of Wraiths. You need... put arm guards for now. Ring of Wraiths is good on you. Huh. Okay, I'm gonna run into a problem. I believe. Just put, do we just put eyeglasses on him? I don't think so. I think we put eyeglasses here. Oh wait, not for the next fight though. Hold on, I'm getting confused. Let's start with B-Man. He's got what he needs. She does not. Let's get that situated now. This guy usually likes having that ring, but nothing has legs that we're gonna deal with soon here. Darce could actually use the Sorcerer's Stone on this one. Then we can throw the Ring of Wraiths here. I don't exist. I don't... Is Joking Sun like a local celebrity that I'm unaware of? I don't know the community super well for Funger, admittedly. Alrighty. Oh, did I not give him the thing that he... I'm so mad. That's okay. That's okay. We don't need it. We actually, you know what? Playing optimally is boring. Let's make it hard. Unnecessarily. Big smash. Let's go legless run. That's what I'm talking about. Legs absolutely overrated, and I can't even say that with a straight face. I like thighs. What can I say? Legs not overrated. I take it all back. It felt gross even saying it. Even trying. Oh, big crit. Oh, followed by an absolute whiff. Another huge crit. Okay, now we gotta set up for... oh no, we gotta set up for the... It's fine, it's fine, don't think about it. Don't think about it, just do it. Okay, actually that worked out. And then we are gonna fight the... We're gonna fight the harvester, and we're gonna regain all our health, and it's gonna be fine. Right now we're just running from doggos. No doggos. Bad doggos. Did a good job on the dog sound effects. I actually do find them a little bit distressing. What was that? I also find the mean dog noises really sad. I like doggos. Pet doggish. Right. Wait, can we just body shot this guy? I've never actually experimented. He doesn't really attack. Maybe hitting the limbs is a waste of time. Let's just try that. We're really experimenting now. Well, that went actually so well that it went poorly. Oh, I haven't looted these? Oh, nice. Gimme. Gimme. What was that? Those sound like a special ring. Ooh, a cabbage? Ooh, a cabbage. That all seems pretty heckin' good to me. Let's just throw our blueberries at Darce, maybe? Or do we do it like this? Shit. That is not what I should have done. Oh. Oh, Darce's broken bone, max HP. Okay, whatever. That's not the end of the world. We'll probably ale girl up before the fight then, and just call that a day. How we doing? She's got the Sork Stone. Bro has the White Angel Soul. Something tells me I don't want him to have that. Something tells me just giving him this. While I feel like we can get through the boss better with him having the White Angel Soul, I know what happens next, and I know we lose the White Angel Soul if he's holding it. So we don't want that. Darce doesn't do anything that requires mentals. And so that's a Ring of Wraiths. That's a Ring of Wraiths. And I feel like Sork Stone here is what we want. Alrighty. Here we go, team. Actually, before we get too far, too invested, I'm gonna get distracted real quick. All right. Where are we? Where's the ads? How far are we from ads? If we're gonna get those soon anyway, we might as well run them. We're a little ways off, actually. And that's a-okay. So let's make a run and see how it goes with our setup. This Frenchman's not gonna know what hit him. Does Lagarde have any equipment that maybe would be better suited elsewhere? Yeah, I think so, actually. Okay, let's do a quick reset. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. Just so I don't get locked in for this boss fight and then, oh, hyperfocus. Can't let the hyperfocus win. Alright. I'll return in just a few minutes, team.
69.9 The Hedge, featuring your favorite classic hits, with your host, Beans. Oh, wait a minute. He'll be right back after these messages.
Have you ever felt sad, lonely, bored? Well, come to Bean's stream. With Beans, life becomes more fun. Follow him and join him on his adventures. Subscribe and follow today!
You're listening to 69.
And we're back. I've got a little snack too. Thought I'd take the opportunity. It's gonna be too cold for right now, but we'll get it in us later. We've started the process. Alright, I'm heckin' hype. Let's go beat up a Frenchman. Wait, there was a thing I wanted to do? Let's rearrange our equipment. Let's rearrange our equipment and do all our crafting. I think one of these is like a speed potion, which might be a better option than something we've got going on right now. Let's go see if any of these armors are actually better. No. Okay, so what we want to do... Plate helmet, eh? Let's give him the cloth hood and the spider crest so that we have... Oh yeah, we're gonna take his sword too. Just give him the long sword, I think. Oh, shark teeth is good. Oh, a morning star. I didn't even notice I got that. Can cause stun. Ooh. Oh, big upgrade. Hold on. Let's cook. So let's grab morning star here. Throw on the spider shield or the crest. Let's go crest. Darce can grab the shark teeth, I think. And a shield. Then the plate helmet. Oh. Yeah. I'm liking that better. Eyeglasses. Ring of Wraiths. I'm tempted to put the White Angel Soul here, but that's overdoing it. I think the Sorcerer's Stone is what we really want. Make sure we don't just tank her mentals. Alright, now we save, actually. Just save over top of what we had there. Because that save is free. Which we like. Now let's beat up a Frenchman. So heckin' ready. I don't know that we have a lot of vials of water, and I'm not actually sure where I can get those. But it should be alright. I think we're gonna make it through just fine. Scroll of the Black Arts. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I did forget about books. Let's consider the books we have available to us. You feel a great urge. This would give us... This gives us access to herding, I think. Learn the secrets of Black Orb. That's right. So we can actually hook somebody else up with Black Orb. And that would be pretty freaking dope. And if it was our main character, we actually have a lot of we can sync his mentals really low. And I think that works out for us, although I could give him hurting, which would be even better. Imagine a world where during the final boss rush, we just drop a bunch of black orbs and hurting on, I think Lagarde is our final boss. Maybe he's not, though. But still, picking up another Scroll of Black Arts seems so good that we should probably just go back and save. I feel like that opens up so many options that it's just goofy not to. I wonder if Darce will even learn the Black Arts if I tried to get her to. Just so we're not muting out options. Alright, let's run the ancient book. We read the book. We learn about Grogorath. The Necronomicon. You learn Black Orb? No. That's not right. Let's try it again. I think we can get hurting from that, and I want hurting. Alright, well. Good game, good game. Good thing we aren't playing a hardcore. Let's try again. Maybe we do the double flip for that book. That book's gonna be an annoying obstacle, I think. Okay, try again. Blood golem? What the fuck is that? Oh, give me the skills, please. Sacrifice your own blood to summon a golem to fight by your side temporarily. That sounds wild. I gotta go fight something to see what that's about. I'm not sure it'll let me summon it with 4 people in my party already. But I'm definitely keen on trying. It would appear that 22 health for nothing is probably not the play. What do we do then? What do we think, team? Is Blood Golem the play? 22 HP for a temporary ally. It's probably strong, right? And I know I'll be down a member when I fight the fight after the one we're going. That's a toughie. No, it comes on the next turn. Huh. I'm gonna try a save state with Blood Golem and see how we do. It is unfortunate that it pulls from my blood pool, but Blood Golem could end up soaking some damage for us in a way that could be productive, so I think it's worth it. I think we're gonna give it a shot. We'll go create the Blood Golem save state. See how that goes. I don't think we need to really fix any of this other stuff. Maybe we'll feed. Just hit the dried mushrooms here. I did not mean to feed him, but whatever. Whatever. We got lots of food. It's fine. Alright, we're on the blood golem arc here. Let's go. And then we can give Darce the black arts, I think. All right. Now we've got a really good pool of resources to draw on for our next little boss fights. Alright, you big nerd. Here we come. Yada yada yada. Yes, Francois. I don't think leg sweep is worth it with Lagarde here. How fucking dare you? Hits girl immediately. I fucking knew that would do it too. Shit. No more of this. Girl gets cloth. Oh, maybe we take the damage because we have to eliminate that arm. I think we take one round. Oh wait, no, we don't have to. I think we're better off healing here. I think it's okay. Oh, big crit. Love to see that. Now, as I recall correctly, This actually gives us time to relax. So now we item up to make sure girl survives. And do we bother healing Lagarde? I'm not sure. We do have a lot of damage for this next race. Why not? Let's make sure. Let's get through it. Oh my god, that hit so fucking hard. What the shit, dude? What the shit, dude? Stop bullying girl. That was a dreadful black orb. What the heck? Bonk. Stop hitting girl. That's so obnoxious, dude. We have so many attacks. Let's just fucking send it and see what happens. Stop whiffing. Bruh. He knows my strategy. He's dismantling me. Stop missing, dude. What the heck? I'm just gonna go full aggro. I want to see what happens. That's what the fuck I thought. Get out of my game. Alrighty, let's see. I don't know that we... Oh fuck, did girl lose a limb? Or am I just noticing now that she's never had it? It doesn't really matter, right? Let's just send it and see what happens here. Now, I don't think I read this with Darce in the room last time, so we're going to go ahead and read this again. This throne. This is the moment I've strived for. This is the moment I suffered for. Lagarde, what do you mean? You said before you couldn't remember? Darce, you remember our talk about the path. You might not understand this yet, but this is it. The path. I thought you said you couldn't remember anything. In order to reach greater heights, to unify the land, to bring upon the new era, I need this power. The strength of kings and queens is not enough. I need more. Something that lasts beyond me. Why would you look for power and justice in a place like this? Such pure virtues couldn't exist here. This place taints everything it touches. Do you think any of the Grand Kingdom's history books speak of stand on pure foundations? They were all built on bloodshed and violence. But what if there was a way that wouldn't require thousands of soldiers on opposing sides shedding their lives? What if such grand kingdom only required one soul succumb to the darkness? Only one soul to be tainted? Can anything so grand be built on rotten foundations? Beans too. Okay, so our goals are find Darce, find girl, then find nerd. And I believe girl is just down to the left here. I know, they're really lacking on the number of nails to be steppied is the problem. Is like once you get past the early game, there wasn't a lot of nails to steppy. I don't know what else to tell you, Bojaz. I'm just as disappointed as you are. Alright, we're just gonna let that thing be annoying. We gave him the steppies last time, but this time he gets a pass. Okay, so girl does need attention. Let's get her some herb. There it is. Oh, excuse me. Let's get her some ale as well. There you go, girl. Alright. Hopefully we can find Darce without too much trouble. Get out of my freaking way, you nerd. You goddamn son of a bitch. Darce. Darce. Oh, we found Darce. Big. I've given my all to rise above such petty roles, but every time the fate mocks me again. I've tried to stick to my beliefs and high morals through all this nightmare, but what for? That's what it takes. I'll embrace the darkness. Nothing matters to me anymore but survival. I'll play the game with its rules. Okay, let's go find a hole to bury ourselves in. Come on. Need a hole, any hole. Here's throne, here's hole. Alrighty. So, we can, as far as my knowledge goes, this is the moment to use our Scroll of Enlightenment. I think that's what that does. It lets us save. The book radiates light in every color of the spectrum. You feel like your journey has just began, as if your existence before this very moment has been like watching someone else entirely. You feel a perspective shift in your surroundings, as if everything was to shrink, or perhaps you were to ascend higher. You gain a better understanding of yourself. The link between your mind and your body has started its deterioration. You feel closer to enlightenment. How relatable. I'm always looking for a hole to bury myself in. Quasi gets it. Hole, curse the predictive text. It's funny. Alrighty. We've got our boss rush save. We're ready. We got everything we need. Hopefully we can get through this. We got one shot. One chance. That's not true. We gotta save points, so we're gonna just run it down until we win, but like, you know what I'm saying. Right. The big stompy boy is coming again. Here he come. Okay, we found a hole. We could just try for another hole, though. Think about that. Oh, we did it. Boy just isn't getting nailed like he used to. I mean, I've been getting my orange peeled lately. It's been pretty awesome. But true, not been nailed. Where's Null when you need him? Not that Quasi isn't rocking a hammer. Maybe he's getting screwed instead. Damn. Guys are bringing a lot of hardware today. Griffiths! Where the fuck is this nerd? Maybe we should just try more direct lateral. The twist I didn't see coming. Damn, that's good on 2 levels, Quasi. That was a good one. That's getting pinned. That is some of the most pin-worthy pun I've ever seen. Okay, this guy, you see, the thing is, this man's is nowhere. Oh, there's the pinned message. What's up, Pepper? As always, I hope you're doing well. I'm just trying to remember the final step of this little puzzle. Okay, we got the boards area. How's that work for us? Doing well, great. Pleased to hear it. We are deep in Fear and Hunger. I'm hoping we're actually near the finale. But I don't actually know, because I've never played the game, is the thing. Oh yeah, here we are. Here we are. Legard! How long has it been? 100 years or so? Have you found what you're looking for? I've found something. They say Sylvian created us according to her own image. But what if there is a god only in abstract, whom we have made physical according to our own image? That would reverse our roles, essentially. Or is there a god at all? It's something we as humans cannot rely on anymore. I don't know if I can ever understand my motivations truly, but this is something I can only go through with. I was always meant to go through this. I did try to live my life otherwise, but it was all to no avail. Darce, you know this. We tried to make change for the longest time. To live is to suffer. To survive, we need to find some meaning from the suffering. The truth behind it all is the contrast. Without suffering, there would be no bliss or paradise. It is my duty to craft the paradise out of this miserable existence of human life. Only I can do it. I mean no harm to you. I am your god after all. To show how much I love you, I will release you from this darkness one way or another. If you kneel to me, I will let you out. You're not my god. I love you regardless. It is unconditional. Let's go! Doing well. I just had a funny situation, so sex-related jokes are kind of making me feel weird. Oh, I'm sorry about that. How are you all? I'm well. I'm actually doing really well. Thank you for asking. I've been having a good week. Naked man as a final boss. Hell yeah. Well, that defo takes me out of the mood. Weird, but not bad. Okay, that's good. That's good. Alrighty, well, we start with, I think, fast attack, right? That's our start. Girl sends black orb. I really don't know what the attack sequence here is, but I want to kill the snake. He started taking theater classes for the lulz. That's awesome. That sounds really cool. My social anxiety book was like, you should take a theater class if you are struggling. And probably not going to do that, honestly. But that's okay. I don't mind that I can't perform theater, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to deal with basic shit. So we'll start with that. Just came back from it, right on. I feel like I want to kill the snake, but I also don't know that I want to kill the snake. Should we just body shots? What do you guys think? Fast attack. Whoa, big whiffs. I wonder if girl just hits with the black orb and then the dudes fuck up the snake. Oh, we can use our bonus attacks for it. Let's just do that. Nice. You can one-shot those. At the end of the year, we're doing an improv sesh where 2 people were on the stage with a situation, and then a third would come in proposing a totally different thing, and we would all have to switch. Then one would leave, and the other would stay with the third, rinse and repeat. I see. Thing is, when I was up on the stage and the third came in, the situation became a job interview, where I was the interviewer, and both the other person and the third one were there for the job. Interesting. Did you pit them against each other? We're just gonna keep sending black orb, right? Stop missing. Jesus. Oh man, that serpent's elusive. Oh, you fucking joking? Bro gets healing whispers anyway? Bruh. I think we've... Oh, I forgot to golem. Fuck. Alright. Okay, we played that poorly. My bad. I skipped a step. Oh my god, why does that nearly one-shot everybody? That's so cringe. I don't know what to do about it. Oh my god. The new god approaches, but you evade. Okay. The person already there left for a bit as part of the exercise, and the third one, a really pretty girl, started coming on to me, all as part of the improv. So this beautiful girl inches away from me, touching my arm, flirting with me while I was on stage with my Mario Bros shirt and 0 flirting skills. I feel the zero game moment. I feel that. I feel that so hard. I'm sorry. And I was like, short-circuiting is how I'm interpreting that. If a different person hadn't come in as part of the exercise, I do not know how that would have ended. Valid. That's gotta be it for Snake, right? That's gotta be it. Okay. Oh, huge golem moment. Absolutely fucking massive. Can we even hit the head? Do we try? Let's go for body shots for now. Girl can send Black Orb at the head. See how that works. Oh, don't miss. You can't be missing like that right now. Oh my god, what are those whiffs? Oh my god, the whiffs are so real. Come on, bro. That's 3 in a row. Oh my god, dude. Triple miss. Okay, he's spreading the orb. We're okay. Stop missing. I cannot with this boss right now. It's not okay. Things are going so well, but they're going so poorly. Rip Darce. Oh shit. Okay, so you're telling me if one of the 7 fucking attacks hadn't missed, I would have been fine and Darce wouldn't have died? Come on. You're joking with that shit. I also missed the blood golem early, so I wonder if we can do that without Darce. I kind of want to roll this out and see what happens, but I also really want to reload so bad. Anyway, that was 2 hours ago. Fair. The idea was her flirting with me so I would not give the other person the job. Her characters tend to be like that. I mean, yeah. That's valid. Victory, question mark? It does say victory. Let's see how this rolls. Alright. You defeated Lagarde, the prophesized one, with delusions of creating a new era with his godhood. After his defeat, you wake up outside the vile fortress that trapped you before. It all seems so hazy. Did all those events really happen? You can still smell all the blood and the gore that seeps through the seams of the ancient stone walls of the dungeon. You can still feel the gaze of the hundreds of past warriors sacrificed in the pools of blood, now left to rot. You can still feel the pressure of the never-ending darkness that the underground caverns offered. Scarred for life, you run away from the dungeon. Hounds howl on your tracks, but you are way past fearing such small dangers that dwell under the sun. Horrors of the past never leave you alone, though. Every night you wake up from restless dreams, where you're forever trapped in the bloody corridors of the dungeon. The dreams become more and more lifelike as time goes on, until you cannot tell the difference between a lucid dream and the real world. In the end, your fate was to dwell those dungeons forever. Such a wholesome ending. Hell yeah, first time. We roll the credits. That's what I'm talking about. We made it to an ending of Fear and Hunger.
This is Rocket League!
Yes! First try! That reminds me. But yeah, sorry, Pepper. I was a little distracted. I was going to say, you got to look out for them theater people. They're the real orange peelers out there, okay? You got to just be... You got to be nimble, you know? Your endgame intuition was on point. I mean, it seemed like surely the game wasn't going to put me through more, right? It couldn't be more than that. The resource run in that endgame was desperate. We might see. We might try again and see if it's any different if Darce survives the Yellow King, and we might also see what happens if we kneel. Because we did have a save point pretty much right before the finale there. But yeah, that blood golem actually really worked out for us. He soaked a whole hit, which means with that strategy, there's actually a possibility that Darce survives that finale, or that all three of us survive. It's small, but it's there, you know? I also wonder if I just ignore the serpent and try to blast down the Yellow King, see if it works out any different. The heck is Dungeon Knights mode? Alrighty. Let's get the heck out of here. Let's go slay the Yellow King again, but this time better. Nobody does it better.
Hey, bitch!
What's up, Fruit Salad Puncher? Welcome in. What did I do last time? Did I just go directly? Let's try right and up now. I'm gonna need a hole here soon. There we go. All right, we've read all this. Bound. Let's go for body shots this time. Leave the serpent and see how big of an inconvenience it is. We're also just gonna drain the shit out of Darce's mentals. Horseshit, man. It's horseshit, I say. Black orb. Hell yeah, Golem soaked it. Curse your healing whispers straight to heck, man. Nope, not the snake. Bruh. Get heckin' hecked, Yellow King. Something tells me that's not going to change much about the ending, but... What's up, Tatted? Black Orb carried? Yeah. 100%. 100%. Well, Black Orb and Fast Attack. I mean, I knew I had a really strong party going into that, so I just needed to find the right path. This is all reading pretty much the same. Yep. Yeah, Black Orb's crazy. Especially when you got Fast Attack and you can use it twice a turn. It's pretty goofy. And of course, if Girl is not sitting there doing 0 damage. Yeah, Black Orb on Darce, Black Orb on Girl. Huge. Absolutely nasty. Alright, let's go see what happens when we kneel to them. Busy Knight just stopped by to say I missed you. That's really nice of you. Yeah, I've been traveling. I didn't see if you were streaming at all recently because I haven't been around. GG, thanks War Bro. Yeah, absolutely dunked on the Yellow King there. Got through in no time. Attacking the snake was definitely a red herring. Or even though the snake's not a fish, but you get it. Alrighty. Let's go kneel to that nerd. Hey, handsome, what's up, cutie? Good boy has entered the chat. Is this where it is? Is this where it is? Oh, yeah, we got it. Red scaling, that's right. You abandoned us. Oh yes, I remember that. It was not my intention to insult you in any way, but your part in the greater scheme of things was over. I had a goal that exceeded your puny meddlings in the past world. I don't know if you can ever understand my motivations truly, but this is something only I can go through with. We're back to the original dialogue. Yes, love your God. You left the dungeons. Contrary to all common sense, you made it out alive. Your return to civilization would go without festivity. You were back to the square one, essentially. Your long journey to the Black gained you nothing. The only thing you brought with you was the bigger understanding of all the darkness this world hid beneath the human eyes. Not a day would pass by that, alright, English problem here. Not a day would pass by which you didn't curse this knowledge. Just the idea drove you towards madness with each passing day. After several years living in seclusion, you started hearing rumors about the return of the Knights of the Midnight Sun and their now legendary Captain Lagarde. This man with a mysterious aura was unifying the Western world at a rapid rate. It's almost as if the gods themselves were on his side, choosing the right side of the coin at every possible turn. Eventually, and inevitably, he was throned as the Yellow King, and he would bring prosperity to the Western world, the kind that had never been seen before. You were never fully convinced, however. The name Yellow King left you puzzled, and something about his campaigns gave you uncanny feelings. On your older days in the kingdom of Rondon, you finally caught a glimpse of Lagarde after multiple decades had gone by since you two departed ways. You finally understood where the name Yellow King came from. Lagarde still looked the same age, almost exactly like you remembered. The only difference was his sickly yellow skin colored by the dark green hue of the endless void. He was not a human. This was not man taking reins to themselves from the gods. This was something entirely different. Ending C2, the prophecy. Lagarde, the Yellow King. Are you winning? How is Beans? Yeah, we just beat Fear and Hunger for the first time. Just before you got here. And the second, well, the first time a little bit before you got here. The second time just before you got here. And now the third. The first two did not branch in a way I was kind of expecting. Yeah, I tried to stop by at least once a week, but I seen you were traveling. Hope you had fun. Thank you very much. And I appreciate it. Oh shit, you're winning. Nice. Thank you. Yeah. We did the big win today. Huge. I'm actually totally unaware of how to achieve any other endings or how we might manipulate things. There is an ending I do want to see, however, because I am aware of one of the alternative endings, and it's one of the most appealing. So I'm not sure. What we might do is... I'm not sure if we'll play again from scratch or if there's a way I can set it up so that it happens. Which endings have you done so far? Only the C's. Like, this is my first time beating the game. I went into the game totally blind. Well, not totally blind. Mostly blind. Because the thing that actually inspired me to play the game was a video essay on it. And about 20 minutes in, it was like, hey, there's spoilers now, so turn off the essay if you want to play the game. And that's what I decided to do. So I got to see a little bit about the creatures, a little bit about the world, but nothing that actually spoiled the puzzles or difficulties of the game. So yeah, it was really cool. Really cool experience. Obviously, it took me a long time. This is part 10, and we've definitely had 4 to 6 hour sessions. So what is that? Let me, I can just look it up on Steam, actually. But that's like 50, 60 hours to get the first ending. Pretty much 50 on the dot. Mind you, I did a lot of that time is kind of wasted. Not wasted, but I was chatty, right? So, I mean, probably closer to 40 hours if I were to explore blind. Your C saves can other endings? Okay. Do we know how many endings there are? No. I hope the game was everything you wanted it to be. Unironically, an extremely good game. I enjoyed it a lot. It's very punishing, but quite the ride. Fear and Hunger 2 is also really nice. Yeah, I have it. I was planning on playing it after Fear and Hunger the first. But what I'll probably do is wait till the new year to start that. But yeah, this was a really cool exploration. Very, very neat. Very cool themes. Like, I like how dark the game was. It didn't really pull any punches. Had some really interesting stuff. I feel like it dealt with stuff in a good way. A lot of the animations were highly suggestive. Some of them were pretty explicit, but the game wasn't gratuitous like it would be in a more, I don't know, like adult game or whatever you want to call it. Not that it feels weird to call this not an adult game, but you know what I mean. But yeah, it was really cool. What else can I really say about it? I liked how punitive it was. I do wish there were more hidden sort of nail-steppy moments, because I feel like after you got through the first floor of the dungeon, there wasn't really any rusty nail moments, and I feel like the rusty nail situation was a bit overhyped, because as soon as I knew where the boards were, I was pretty I don't know, consistent with avoiding them. You did the same? Nice. I think the aesthetic is really cool. That's also true. I think sometimes you have to rely a little bit on save scumming, but I don't necessarily mind that as part of a primary game mechanic. This game can sometimes just get really unlucky. You can get really unlucky with RNG. There were a couple times, for example, that I fought a boss, and the God of Torment, for example, I'm pretty sure he just like used I think it was like 3 attacks on girl in like turn 2, and just fucking mopped her instantly. Like it was like, what the heck, dude? But I mean, that's just the game. The game is what it is. I liked it. It did take some time to really understand the hunger mechanics and how you play, like how you're supposed to play the game necessarily. I feel like I got pretty lucky with a really strong intuition about how to save, what was his name, Sir Seymour, or Sir whatever the Dark Knight down in Mahavra was. I had a really because I passed him, I killed him, and then the next week, during that week, I was like, wait a minute, what if I got a potion of mind from that one merchant and see if I can give it to him in some way? So I explored that, and it worked, and it was just such a fucking moment. Like, what a great moment. And while having his armor is a good boon, achieving that and getting a guaranteed Ring of Wraiths was pretty game-changing, and then having access to the Sorcerer's Stone from the merchant basically gave me some really consistent ways to manage health and mentals, which forces food to be your primary limiting resource. And so with some clever management of food and some occasional, I think I made the trip down to the Grogorath cannibalistic feast twice when my entire party was kind of hungry after an intense sort of like, I think I did that after Skin Granny, and I think I did it early on when I got a couple of, like, achieved a few things in Mahavra. So I was pretty fortunate that those kind of little risks paid off, and that I was able to put together that, like, that would be really helpful. I ended up ending the game with actually a decent amount of food stores still. So it turns out that, maybe one of those trips wasn't super necessary. As I think I was holding 4 cooked steaks, which would have solved exactly one Grogorath's feast worth of... Anyway, I'm overthinking it in reflection, but you get the idea. It was really cool. Like I said, appropriately titled Fear and Hunger. Hunger being the primary thing that was difficult to manage. But yeah. There's a couple other endings. I don't know how to get them right now, but what I could do is look up, maybe this week, I'll look up how to get some of the alternate endings and see where I can pick them up. And then we can explore those together. Maybe not next week. I don't know. Maybe we can do that early in the new year. I don't know when I'm going to be, how my stream schedule is going to be this month, because I'm going to be all over the place. My family does like a lot of events, so I'll be traveling quite a bit. But yeah. Let's go see. It's already fairly late. I'm pretty cooked actually right now, because yesterday I went a little bit hard. Well, I missed a bunch of workouts, and so when I got back Tuesday, I pushed really hard, and then I pushed really hard yesterday. 2 intense days of workouts. I'm pretty tired. So I wasn't going to go super late today, and we actually beat it within 3 hours. So that's pretty cool. Pretty happy about it. Good timing. Let's go see who we can raid. Smallest Goblin is playing Minecraft. I like Smallest Goblin. Oh, Suzu. Suzu's fun, but Suzu is probably wrapping up tonight soon. How long has Larkin been streaming? Let's go ask him. Let's go ask him if he's going to keep going. Long enough, he says, until I get tired. So it sounds like we're raiding Larkin. I do not get the chance to raid Larkin very often. He's given the channel a ton of love. We're pretty closely connected, our communities. So let's go visit Larkin. He's just vibing to, what is he doing? He's doing Minecraft also. Interesting. Minecraft resurgence today. But that's okay. Congrats on the victory. Glad it was such a positive experience start to end. Yeah, it was fucking awesome. Thanks so much, Zamno. I was expecting to get more frustrated with that game than I did. I think that there were moments where I was a little frustrated, but overall I just liked the game. I thought it was super cool. So, and you kind of go in with the expectation that the game is out to hurt you, and once you sort of, when you know that, you know, it's, you don't really take it all that personally. You know, it's supposed to be an annoying or an aggressively difficult sort of experience. But alright, team, let's go roll in, say hello to one of our favorite vampires. And then we're going to, I should talk about next time I'm streaming. I believe we're on this weekend. I think the Tobros are on Saturday, 6 Eastern. Then I believe I'm still on for Roadcraft Sunday. That's 6:30 on Sunday, 6:30 Eastern. And until next time, Roadhogs, I know we do some stunt driving on the channel, and I know we play some horror on the channel, but always be kind, always obey your local traffic laws. Stay thirsty, Roadhogs. And until next time, which again will be Saturday at 6 Eastern, have a wonderful time zone.